Research by DHR International, a global executive search firm, shows that only 8% of fintech directors worldwide are female. Like most countries, especially in Africa, Uganda still struggles with a huge gender diversity challenge in the financial technology space, where women's response to financial technology is still at a very low percentage. And for the first time in Africa,
HiPipo is proud to present Women in FinTech, another innovative initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The Women in FinTech Hackathon and Summit shall foster innovation, leadership, and champion the empowerment of women who remain underserved in the STEM arena. The event shall convene a number of award-winning innovators and leaders who are breaking ground in digital financial inclusion, improving lives and livelihoods, and whose expertise is proven invaluable in inspiring more women to the sector. Women in FinTech is presented in proud partnership with Crosslake Technologies, ModusBox, the Mojaloop Foundation, and Level 1 Project.
The Women in FinTech Hackathon is organized under the theme of fostering leadership, innovation, and championing women empowerment.
First of all, I have to say I'm very privileged to be part of the Women in FinTech. Personally, at a personal level, I have a stronger inclination to women. I'm my father of 2 daughters, so that's very important to me to see how my daughters, how the woman out there becomes an engineer like me. So the Women in FinTech is bringing together young ladies, developers, business entrepreneurs. They're coming with ideas of developing financial solutions that would serve the broad fintech space, but more importantly, with a view that when we have more women leaders, more women developers, we would have more solutions that address the problems of women within our communities.
A few months ago, we held the 40 Days 40 Fintechs project, which was held on Smart 24 for the entire period. We got some good insights that make this project very important. First, 100 fintechs registered and 41 were shortlisted to take part. However, from the 41 that were shortlisted, only 10%, that is to say, 4 out of the 41 fintechs were co-founded by women. In the same spirit, only 10%, that is to say, 4 out of the 41 had women in their senior leadership. Now that means women are not seen in the fintech world. Yet, differently, we did some research last year and we found out that the best way of having products that really take care of the needs of women is to have women involved in their thinking, their development, and their go-to-market. What I mean is, the best way to serve women is to make sure the women are in charge or are part of the process of what you want them to serve.
15 women fintech teams have today converged in Kamocha undergoing financial technology training by HiPipo. This will last for 5 days.
At the start of July, we announced this project, Women in FinTech Hackathon, and we opened submissions, online submissions in August. So over 25 teams submitted. The criteria was simple. All participants must have women as team leaders, and at least 60% of the team composition must be women. So 25 full teams submitted and 6 individuals. So idea they will beat 31 teams, but because the others submitted as individuals, they didn't qualify to be teams. So 25 teams submitted, and from the 25, we shortlisted 15 that best ticked the boxes. Is the leader a woman? A percentage of women in the group? What idea do they have? How do they intend to execute it? So from there, we shortlisted 15 teams that are coming for the hackathon. The hackathon is going to run for 5 days. Each day there is a different assignment and a different execution plan and a different delivery. But at the end of the day, we all know it is not simple to have a fully functional product in 5 days. But again, we know for sure that you can use 5 days to come up with a product or to start a journey of developing a product that will transform millions. We don't expect the teams to finish the products in 5 days, but we believe that within 5 days, they are going to start a journey of taking to market a product that will excite many people and will impact as many as possible. From the teams so far you have seen, there are groups of ladies who are developing platforms for circles, saving and lending, e-commerce, e-agric, among others. Aggregation, that is our financial aggregation, among others. So the 15 teams come from different walks of life. But at the end of the day, all of them are focusing on one thing, coming up with products that will improve the lives of women and the entire world.
Some of the team leaders representing shortlisted fintechs have expressed their expectations towards the Women in FinTech Hackathon.
My name is Penny Kamsime. I'm from Your Uganda Limited. One of the things I expect from this hackathon, the HiPipo Women in FinTech Hackathon, is that it's going to not only open the minds of the people who have attended, but I'm very sure by the end of this session, we are going to go out there and we're going to do great things in our community. You know, one of the reasons as to why our economy is not doing so well is because the women are normally laid behind. So I believe with this hackathon, we're going to produce products that are going to help the women out there and in turn also build the economy of Uganda.
So my name is Patricia Atim from Kanzukod. I'm a software engineer at Kanzukod. So today was genuinely great. It was just really an introduction. Got to get a bit of knowledge here and there on some of a few things that we really didn't know about, like the level 1 principles. To me that was really helpful because it gave me an idea of what we are actually going to be solving for. It helped me understand that, okay, this is where we are going to focus. We got into the different platforms that we are going to be using. I liked the engagement with the facilitators. It was so amazing. Yes, so today has been really great.
The 15 shortlisted women fintechs are being introduced to the Level 1 principle, which allows transparency in the financial technology operations.
Level 1 principle comes to say that, you know what, look at the bottom of the pyramid people. You are developing solutions for them. What kind of guidelines do you use to ensure that the solutions that you are developing will actually serve this bottom of the pyramid? We are talking about people who live on less than $2 a day. If someone is living on less than $2 a day, in a month it tells you it's 2 times 30, it's $60. Very little money. Can't buy you even the best smartphone. Now the Level 1 principle comes in to say, have these guidelines to say, design solutions that are accessible on any kind of device, because these people we have like feature phones accessible on USSD. Design solutions that are at low cost for these people, low cost or even no cost as in fees. So you come up with these solutions and platforms that make use of interoperability, make use of Mojaloop, and then you bring down the cost of doing financial services. So you can deliver the service to the end user with minimal cost. It tells you things like ensure these services apply what you call a tiered KYC. You have many of our people in the villages who possibly don't have a driving permit. Many of them won't have that. They may not have a national ID, though that's changing in Uganda, but not everywhere in Africa that people have national IDs. So Level 1 principles comes to tell you design tiered KYC, design rational customer due diligence, such that this person who is plowing in a farm, has never gone to school, does not get excluded because of the fact that maybe they can't write their name or they can't sign. Have your solution maybe use a simple biometric, so this person is included. So Level 1 principles will tell you tiered KYC, customer due diligence. It will tell you things like ensure these transactions are done in real time. A person who is living on $2 a day doesn't have the luxury of missing that $2 if it was supposed to be transferred to them, because it's more into Level 1 principles. But all of this that around Level 1 is to tell the fintechs, the banks, non-banks, the government, that if we are going to ensure that people are included in the financial ecosystem, if we are going to ensure that we achieve the development goals that we've set ourselves for Uganda and the rest of Africa and the rest of the world, follow these principles in designing solutions that can be accessed, can be affordable, can be of value to the bottom of the pyramid person. That's about the Level 1 principle.
According to Nicholas Kalonji, the Chief Operations Officer, HiPipo, the Hackathon Week will leave a lasting impact on the participants, with the winners being rewarded.
This is a global project. Originally, we together with our partners had agreed to have a huge hackathon where a team of 10 mentors, 10 facilitators, and 5 judges would be selected, of which 60% of them are going to come from outside Uganda because they're coming from our partners. But because of the unprecedented times occasioned by COVID, they couldn't travel here. So all of them are mentoring, are facilitating, are assessing progress electronically through a product called ID8. The criteria is very simple, like I've told you. You have to come up with a good prototype or a good product and justify, have a proper business case and statement problem of what you intend to solve. The mentors are very many, they are about 10, but what I can tell you is that the chief mentor is Professor Dr. Maggie Chigozi. So every day there will be a mentor coming and others are going to be doing it electronically via Zoom, via Skype, via Google Meet, among others. But the chief mentor is Professor Maggie Chigozi. Then we have a team of 12 facilitators, of which 3 are here locally. The other 9 are going to be facilitating remotely from wherever they are. And a team of 5 judges, of which 2 are here in Uganda, and again the other 3 are going to assess the products from where they are via the ID8 platform. Now, the Women in FinTech Hackathon will culminate into the Women in FinTech Summit on the 18th of this month at Sheraton Hotel. Now, the Women in FinTech Summit will be the conclusion of all this work. At the Women in FinTech Summit, there will be keynote speeches, there will be open discussions on how to empower women, but importantly, all the teams that would have taken part in the FinTech landscape, rather in the Women in FinTech Hackathon, will be rewarded. We have 15 teams, and each team has like 3 members. So you are looking at like 50 people. All of them, whether you have won or not, they will take home something, because we know they are investing in time, they are investing in energy, they are investing in resources. So there is a prize for whoever has taken part, because that is our humble contribution to encouraging them and empowering them to come up with products that will transform all our lives. At the end of the day, the best prototype or product, as determined by the judges, will walk away with USD $3,000 that will go to their go-to-market plan. This is what I mean. Go-to-market is finalize the product and launch it. Because at the end of the day, usually these hackathons have one challenge. People sit, people do whatever they are doing. 1 year, a few months after, everything dies up and they wait for another hackathon. So we want to follow through. We want to work with these people. You have the best product, get the $3,000, take your product to the market, let us push it together. We don't own any share in your product, but we are helping you realize your dream. Because this is a journey we have started together, we want you to complete it together with us. But even different, even if you haven't won, we are going to work with you throughout the process. Because usually people attend these hackathons, and when they are done, they abandon the products and wait for next hackathon. Now we want to change how business happens.
Rita Cabanyero, Smart 24.